Hello and welcome to ScienceMan's Digital Tips. Over the years I've made a few hundred educational videos and I've occasionally been asked for tips by teachers who want to make their own. There are many ways to make these videos and I don't pretend to have the best techniques, but I'll start sharing my tips for what it's worth. Now, my first tip deals with understanding resolution and screen size. The first thing to realize is that resolution is not nearly as important as aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is about dimensions. Now the simplest would be 1:1 or a square. Compare that to 4:3, which is the aspect ratio of old CRT TV sets. New flat screen TV sets have an aspect ratio of 16:9. Now before you think that's more modern, keep in mind the movie industry came out with wider aspect ratios back in the 50s. This was designed to allow movie directors to have a more panoramic view, and of course to coax more people into movie theaters. Now when you put that wider aspect ratio on a 16:9 screen, that's why you get those black bars at the top and the bottom of the screen. So what about resolution? Well, resolution is really about how many pixels are on the screen. The higher the resolution, the more pixels, so the greater the ability to show detail in an image. Now, the only thing a beginner needs to be concerned about with respect to resolution is don't make your videos too small. If you do, when someone stretches them out to view them larger, the quality will suffer. So whatever desktop screen capture tool you are using, always try to grab a large portion of the screen. In other words, think big. Don't capture a tiny area, because remember, that video is going to look terrible when the end user tries to stretch it out and view it larger. And if you process or export your video when you're all done, avoid reducing the size too much. So what's the sweet spot when capturing your desktop for videos? My advice is to always capture at that 16:9 ratio and shoot for at least 1280 by 720 resolution. If you've heard that 720 number before, it stands for 720 vertical pixels. That resolution is considered HD by YouTube, so your video will look very good when uploaded there. And by using 16:9 at least 720p, your video will look nice when a teacher displays it to their class on a flat screen TV. And also note, most web pages are going to a 16:9 standard for videos and images too. Check out this page and note that the 16:9 aspect ratio allows for more content to be formatted on the page. So in summary, when you do desktop captures, shoot for 16:9 and at least 1280 by 720 resolution, and your videos should come out looking great. Thanks for viewing this ScienceMan Digital Tip.